Okay, hello, hello, hello. This is Chris from BattleRap.com. I am here speaking with Street Star Norbes from URL. He is driving along. What street in New York are you on right now?
I'm actually in Jersey. I'm actually by MetLife Stadium. I got a field of giants and big fans of URL, so I get up with them, we hang out and stuff. And so I'm actually out here, man, just hanging out with the guys, and if I'm off to, do what I do best.
All right, dope. So let's talk about this main event, main card for URL Summer Madness 4, happening September 28th. I just want to kind of get an overall sense of the card from you, and then we're going to break down the battles individually. Yeah, so give me first your overall thoughts on the card.
I mean, honestly, I think every battle on the card has a lot of, like, the MCs actually have animosity towards each other. Like, they really, it's very competitive, and it's dope to me for the simple fact that, a lot of these battles like that. A lot of these guys are friends, and you kind of lose the competitive edge. And, like, you got B-Magic facing Conceited for the punchline title. You got Hitman Holla versus Tsunami Surf facing each other, two of the most arrogant, most popular MCs on the planet. So there's a lot of bad blood. There's a lot of competitiveness on the card. So, this card is something, it's not going to miss because these guys really want to win. You see a lot of cards that people put together, and it's just battles thrown together with no history. This card has the history, has the last couple of big matches that have been brewing on Smack for the last few years. So it's going to be a lot of excitement. I can't wait to see the Charlie Clips versus what's his name? T-Rex. I think
T-Rex, yeah.
Special. John versus Aver, and now we added a surprise battle because Arsenal had backed out.
Right. Well, we'll get into the individual ones kind of as we go along. So I just want to talk about that animosity. We saw what could happen when there's a lot of animosity between two MCs with the Disaster and Math Hoffa situation. Is that anything that you considered when you were booking this? Like, did you think that maybe you should worry about that?
Hitman Holla and Surf, it's more of a competitive thing. They don't dislike each other on a personal level, I don't think, but it's the risk of losing to one of those two guys. Like, you don't want to lose in that situation, especially when you have these egos. And I'm going to keep it real. In terms of the Math Hoffa and Disaster thing, I've been around Math Hoffa and Disaster together on multiple occasions. And I don't think there's animosity. I'll be honest with you. I think Disaster took that as an opportunity to propel his career. That's how I feel. I think it was an isolated incident. Like, a lot of people want to blame King of the Dot. I don't think King of the Dot had nothing to do with it. But I definitely feel like Disaster clearly, it was premeditated, to be honest with you.
I think there's already been a million words spoken about that.
It wasn't competitive. I've seen these guys joke around, laugh with each other. I was there. I was there for the Total Slaughter thing.
Right.
I was in the house when we were all in the room, all the MCs, and we're all snapping on each other, joking, and and it's kind of weird. So in my opinion, it's a different type of animosity. I think it's more competitiveness. In terms of the mass situation with Disaster, I believe that was premeditated. On Disaster's end, not on King of the Dot's end. I think, it was a selfish act, and, it's a difference. I think Hitman Holla and Tsunami Surf really want to beat each other, as opposed to, gain recognition of something that has nothing to do with battle. They want to be the better rapper, as opposed to just doing something for fame.
Right.
And I really believe that's what I mean when I say animosity, or when I mean competitiveness. That's really what it is.
That's there was footage of Hitman and Surf. You can hear me, right?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. There was the footage of Hitman and Surf, I guess, kind of going at each other. There was about a 15-second clip on Instagram. How serious was that fight?
It was definitely a fight. I mean, it's like boxers. Muhammad Ali's had famous fights when he's about to fight somebody and getting ready for it. It's just the fact that, it's competitive, man. These guys don't want to lose to each other. It is what it is. And you know, you start the trash talking, and sometimes one person's like, "Oh, I ain't this, I ain't that," and you know, they made the mistake, and they went at each other on camera. Thank God it didn't escalate, but it just shows you how much these guys want to win. You know, they don't want to take a loss to each other. That's why I think this main event is gonna live up to the hype, because they don't want to lose. They do not want to be the one to walk out and say, "Damn, Hitman lost or Surf lost," you know. So I really believe like it's gonna be crazy.
All right. What are you paying for parking there?
You know, moving. You know, Smack. We gotta move, work. We gotta do everything all at one time. So, but thank you. But it's gonna be crazy. Like if you know Hitman Holla Surf personally, you know how competitive these guys are. Like if I was to challenge Hitman Holla for a ping pong contest, he would go 100%. That's how much of a competitor he is. He doesn't want to lose, especially somebody that's as arrogant or as overconfident, or however you want to put it, as Tsunami. So they're both kind of very similar individuals. You know what I mean?
Do you want to call a winner on that one?
I'm gonna edge Surf. I believe that Tsunami Surf wants it, and he needs it more. And I really believe Surf is. Hitman is the greatest performer to ever battle. Like it's not even arguable. But I think Surf has the tools to beat Hitman. I think he's a great performer as well. But in terms of a rapper, I think he's a better rapper. And I really believe, due to the fact that Surf feels like he let his fans down in his last battle, I really believe I'm gonna see the best Surf, period. And it's on the Super Bowl of battle rap. You can lose anywhere else; it doesn't matter.
Right.
But when you're on Smack and you take a loss, it's detrimental to your career. I remember I was speaking to Aver, and Aver was like, you know, I would have never admitted this before, but you know, when I lost to Charlie Clips at Summer Madness, I couldn't sleep for weeks. And he's like, it's a different story when you're on that Smack stage and Smack comes out with the beard and you know does the whole thing and the fans go crazy. You know, you don't want to lose in the NBA of battle rap. It can make or break you. And, you know, these guys know that. And it's going to be all eyes on them, man. There's going to be so many people in the building. You don't want to lose on that stage. You know, and when I say it's the only stage that matters, you could ask the MCs that say the same thing.
I think what's interesting about Smack events, too, is because you guys don't do any pay-per-view, everyone who wasn't in that building is only going off what people were saying. So it becomes like way more important to win in the building. Whereas if there's an event like, for King of the Dot events, you can win in the building and then 2 days later the footage comes out and everyone says, oh, no, this guy ended up winning no matter what the Twitter updates were the night before. But I guess with URL, you kind of carry that loss in the building for a lot longer until the footage actually comes out.
Yeah, but it brings up people's performances. And, you know, battle rap is many stages to win. Like, you just can't win on camera because you're right better than the other guy. It's a spoken word. You gotta do more to win. So, you know, it means a lot. That's why you have to perform in that building. You got to. If you don't, you're going to lose, you know? I meif you ever been to any events, when you feel the energy there, you're gonna understand why it is what it is. Trust me when I tell you, you're gonna go crazy.
Yeah, this will be my first Smack event. I was at Total Slaughter, so I've been to New York events before, but I'm looking forward to this one.
When I tell you, and this is not a slight at Slaughterhouse, that's a Total Slaughter or anybody. When you feel the energy, when you walk in there, you're gonna feel the energy. It's the WrestleMania. It's the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Like I tell people all the time, a lot of people like, it doesn't feel right unless Smack is up there. You know? And I promise you, the energy in the building is going to be something special.
Yeah, tell me a bit about the venue.
When you walk in, I promise you, you are going to lose your mind. Absolutely.
All right. I'll hold you to that.
You know?
So tell me a bit about the venue. It's Irving Plaza for the main event?
Irving Plaza, yes. And the warm-up card would actually be in the Gramercy.
Right.
So, you know, it's gonna be a crazy weekend, man. Like, just be prepared to just hit bars, excellent runs, meet a lot of great fans, because we got the greatest fans on the planet, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. Just be prepared. It's gonna be something special. I promise you. I'm excited, man. Like, you know, just the matchups. Just it's crazy because I get nervous just like the battle rappers. Like I walk up there like if I'm battling. So it's kind of surreal, you know.
So tell me a bit more about Irving Plaza, though. Like, it's the same place you guys had Gnome 3, right?
4,
Gnome 4. Sorry, yeah.
Irving Plaza is a great location. It's in the Lower Manhattan, but it's built for concerts. So if you watch the Gnome 4 battles, the audio was incredible. You know, we got BET shoots our stuff, so like the quality, everything's insane. But the venue itself, you can hear everything from everywhere you're standing.
Awesome.
It's just built incredible. You know, so wherever you're standing, you're gonna see the battle. You're gonna hear the battle. It's just and there's food there. They want to eat. The food's not great, but it's something to munch on, and it's just a very professional environment. It definitely is worth our time at our Irving Plaza, to be honest. I love the venue.
Let's talk about Verb versus John. How did that battle come together?
John and Verb. John. I came up with that battle because I believe John is one of the best MCs out there, and I believe Aver is one of the best MCs out there. And it's kind of ironic because they're probably the most ridiculed battles. Like I remember I was watching the Hitman and Holla battle, and Aver was just on stage, and they mentioned Aver, and people started booing. And then if you watch the Reed Dollars battle versus John,
yep.
John doesn't even start rapping, and they start booing him.
Right.
And it's kind of ironic because they're both bad guys, you know, but they're both top tier or top level MCs, and it's hard. It's like two bad guys going against each other. You know what I mean? And it's kind of dope to see that. And they're both competitive guys. John's one of the most competitive guys I've met. Aver wants to show him that he's still not on Averb's level, and John wants to show Verb that, you know, he's one of the best to do it, period. And
right.
John continues to prove people wrong, and he continues to prove me right, so that's a good thing. I love that battle, man. That's another battle that I really believe is going to be special. I think John's going to bring his A game. I think Aver, like I said, he lost one time to some man. He's going to sleep, and he's not trying to get that same feeling. So I believe the matchup is going to be very, very strategic. It's going to be a great chess match.
Let's talk about DNA versus Tay Roc. So DNA was kind of in a bit of a slump, I guess, end of last year, beginning of this year. But then in his last few performances, I thought he ran through Prez Mafia as well as Ill Will, especially performance-wise. Both Prez and Will were, I think, kind of you're backing them. You're putting a lot of resources into their stuff, and DNA just kind of pushed them back down a level. Roc is, I think, arguably your latest top tier guy. Do you worry that, you know, DNA might give him the same treatment as Prez Mafia and Ill Will?
Honestly, people tend to forget that I put DNA on. So everybody that's on the URL roster, I handpicked. So it's not nothing about you know, I want these guys to win or whatever. I just want a good battle. And DNA it's not a slight for DNA to take a loss to DNA. DNA is arguably one of the greatest battle rappers of all time. I mean, the kid is 23, 22, and he's got over 50 battles or something like that.
Yeah.
And losing to DNA is not a slight. And a lot of these kids are coming into this. You're fighting a vet, and you gotta, you know, eventually you're gonna get thrown to the wolves, and it's how you respond. I'm not deterred. I think Prez Mafia did well, although I felt like he lost. And same thing with Ill Will. It's just a bump in the road. You gotta continue to grow, and you know, be a top level MC. This is the NBA. There's no real matches that you're gonna walk through. You know what I mean? And DNA, when you're throwing somebody like DNA, you're possibly gonna lose that battle. He's not a bad MC, bro. Like, he's one of the best doing it, hands down. It's not even an argument. So, you know, a lot of people are like, oh man, Prez, you're gonna get the Prez. And I'm like, you act like he battled no shot to Immaculate or something like that. But you know what I mean? Like, I don't care. You know, like, DNA's hands down one of the best doing it. Period. You know, you're talking about somebody that battled K-Shine and Big T and T-Rex and, you know, and, you know, when you got these rookies coming up. It's like the NBA, the NFL. You expect them to take their bumps and rolls, but you're judged on how you get yourself back up. And ill wills and Summer Madness and Press Mafia is battle steam. So,
yeah,
you know, just get back on that horse and let's make it happen. But I never worry about that because I believe you got to take a loss to become great. You got you know, you got to be able to take bumps on the road. Michael Jordan lost. You know, he lost to the Pistons a couple of years before he became a champion.
Right.
And that's no slight on the Pistons. You know, they were a championship team and DNA championship MC. So it's no shame in taking a loss to somebody like DNA. You just got to get back on and do what you do. I'll give you a better story. Tsunami Sept got beat bad by DNA. I don't know if you guys recall that. And instead of Tsunami Sept just sitting there and saying, my career is over, Tsunami Sept said, I'm going to be the biggest battle rapper I can beat, period.
Right.
And Tsunami Sept happens to be one of the most popular, if not the most popular battle rapper on the planet. So you just got to take the loss and build your career from there. You know, it's a learning experience. So I never take it like, man, they messed up my guys. When I grabbed Sept, it was the same thing. It was up to Sept to come back and do what he had to do. And it's up to Press Mafia and it's up to Ill Will.
Right. Let's talk about Charlie Clips versus T-Rex. This is, I think it's been kind of billed as the King of Harlem battle, you know, ignoring, I guess, Murda Mook and Loaded Lux there. What do you think is in store for this battle here?
I'm excited for this battle because, you know, Rex, I call Rex a scumbag. And then I call him a scumbag in the most complimentary way. And it's because Rex doesn't give a shit. And he's going to go out there and he's not going to pull no punches. And that's what I really, truly respect about T-Rex. Like, he's an animal. He's an animal. He's going to do what he needs to do to win that battle. And if Charlie Clips thinks he's going to pull punches, he's making a huge mistake. Because that kid is not going to pull not one punch.
Are they friends, those guys?
Huh?
Are they friends?
Oh, I mean, I don't know how close they are. I mean, but at the end of the day, you know, it's a competitive thing, man. Like, this is what you do for your craft. So if Charlie Clips goes up there and lays an egg and gets hammered by T-Rex, it's going to hurt his career immensely. So he can't afford to sit there and just say, well, you know, that's my boy. Because T-Rex is sure not going to do that. And I know T-Rex is a competitor. And I said he's a scumbag in the greatest way to call it. He's not going to sit there and pull no punches. So Charlie Clips believes that Rex is going to pull punches. He's out of his goddamn mind. So I really believe that battle's going to get personal. It's going to get heated. And, you know, it's going to love a battle that, man. I think it's going to be great.
Clips tweeted recently that his mother's been sick, and he mentioned in the ORED battle that... You hear me?
Yeah, you hear that?
Yeah. So, Clips mentioned that his mother's been sick on Twitter, and he kind of, like, freestyled his way through the ORED battle, and also in that battle mentioned that his he's kind of taking care of his mother, his head's kind of out of the game, or has been. Do you think he'll be ready for this battle against Rex?
You know, my prayers are with his family and his mother, first and foremost. But I think Clips is a professional, and he understands what this means to his career. And, you know, this is life, and there's certain things in life you got to deal with. And, you know, I wish his mother the best, whatever she's going through. I hope she has a speedy recovery. I hope she goes through with it. But I know Clips will be there. He's a professional. And like I said, he understands what a loss on Summer Madness could do to your career.
Right.
So I believe that he'll be ready. And I think he'll use his mother, you know, being down or whatever situation as inspiration and possibly have the performance of his life. I don't see Charlie Clips laying an egg and letting his mom down, because I understand, he understands what family means to him and what his mother means to him, and I know his mother would want him to go crazy, you know what I mean? So,
yeah.
You know, Clips is a professional, man. I really believe he's going to be at his best.
All right, let's move on to B Magic versus Conceited. King of the punchlines here. Magic, he was battling a lot, and then in the last month or two, we haven't seen him as much. So, also, I mean, the Conceited battle is something that he's been talking about for years. So he's got to be sitting on a lot of content for Con. And
I mean, he better be, because if he's not, you know, you're talking about a motivated Conceited. A motivated Conceited is very dangerous, and I think he's Conceited has evolved as a battle rapper. I think he's become more than just a punchline rapper, and I think that's what that bring a lot of problems to B Magic, because he's not just a punchline rapper anymore. He used to be. Now he's added to his arsenal. So it's going to be a challenge of how B Magic faces that. And B Magic's material is going to have to be A+, because again, that's the battle he wanted, and now you got it. And I believe Conceited is going to be at 1,000. He's going to be going crazy.
Yeah. Did you see that battle? He battled in Florida against a guy named Deuce or Duce. Oh man, that's one of the best Conceited performances I've seen in a long, long time. He went into the small room in Florida and just destroyed this guy.
Well, I didn't even see it. I'd look forward to it, but I guarantee you, if that was impressive to you, the stuff that Conceited is gonna spit against B Magic is gonna be through the roof. I believe he's going to be on another level that night, man. I'm not gonna lie, I think he's gonna be crazy.
You want to call?
I look forward to that battle, man. I really do.
Yeah. Who do you think's gonna win that battle?
I'll be honest with you, man. Like, I got a lot of respect for Conceited, and I got a lot of respect for B Magic's ability. I just think Conceited wants it more, and I believe Conceited is the better overall MC, and I'm gonna go with Conceited, and I think he's gonna win. I think he's gonna win convincingly. I think Magic is gonna be really good, but I just think Conceited is gonna be special that night, man. I just got that feeling. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
Don't slight to B Magic. I think B Magic's great.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. I think Conceited is just like, his charisma is through the roof. He's like become a household name with this Wild 'N Out stuff. I just noticed that he's almost at 500,000 Facebook fans from the popularity of that show, and he's just he just seems so confident, and he's just such a huge presence that Magic, as good a writer as Magic is, when he's going to be standing next to a guy who's got so much personality, I don't know how Magic's going to stand up to that.
I totally agree with you. I think Conceited has evolved. I think at first I thought Magic was beat him, and after I really seen him, I think it was the surf battle that made me look at Conceited like, this motherfucker is amazing. Like, he's put it together, and I really believe he's put it together. And I really believe this guy has to be at 1,000 to win that battle, and I believe Magic will be. I just think Conceited will be better that night, and it's gonna be crazy. I've been asking for this battle for 3 years, So when I recruited B Magic, I was like, man, you're gonna have to battle Conceited. Conceited was like, man, no, I'm just throwing these pups at me. I'm like, you're gonna have to battle him. I promise you. And I'm glad B Magic made me look good, and I'm glad Conceited showed the fact that he's a competitor and was like, I'm the punchline king, and I'm gonna prove it. So that's a battle that I can't wait for. I'm excited for that battle. Yeah.
And then also the final battle that was announced on the card initially was Arsenal versus Ill Will. In the last few days, we have the news now that Arsenal has backed out of the battle over scheduling conflicts. There's just kind of too many battles happening all at the same time. So we have a mystery opponent for Ill Will. That's correct?
Yes, sir. And I'll be honest with you. And then this is no slight at Arsenal. I think Arsenal's one of the best to do it. When this matchup got announced, I was not excited for the matchup, and I told Smack and Bees that I hated the matchup, to be honest with you. And you got to go with the punches and say, hey, whatever. But the one thing, so to me, it was kind of a blessing in disguise that he did back out. And the mystery opponent is just dope. I'll tell you, this battle's way better. I think it's going to be excitement. I'm excited. I think when that mystery opponent walks out, I think the fans are going to lose their mind. Yeah. It's going to be that big. It's going to be that special. And I think it's going to be that much better of a battle. Again, I believe that Arsenal's one of the best. I just never liked the matchup. But I think the replacement battle is going to be insane.
Yeah. Right now, the speculation seems to be that I think the 3 front runners are Jazz the Rapper.
I've seen that. That's kind of crazy. I've actually seen the Jazz the Rapper thing, and a lot of people want to see that happen. I was very surprised. Like I said, I'm not gonna hint at it. If it's Jazz, it's Jazz. You know, she is the best female doing it today, and it's no slight at ill will if that were to happen, because Jazz is very special. So, you know, a lot of people said that. I don't know who it is. Well, I know who it is, but you know, we're under contract. We can't speak on it.
Right.
You know, if it's Jazz, just expect the best Jazz the Rapper. Jazz the Rapper is the elite of the females, and you know, there's a lot of people. I've seen a lot of names.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
the other two are
a lot of names out there.
Daylight. I've seen a lot of people talking about Daylight.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third one,
Daylight.
the third.
I've seen a lot of names, man. Like, I was like, wow. Like, a lot of people are excited, man. A lot of people are excited. I think it added to the ambiance. It added to the excitement of Summer Madness. So, you know, I kind of want to thank Arsenal for doing what he did, to be honest. He did us a favor.
Yeah. I'm just for the mystery one, I'm hoping for Calico. That's another one that I've seen kind of thrown around. I think that would be a pretty tight match, but I guess we'll find out on September 28th.
Hey, man, we're all going to find out, man. Summer Madness on September 28th. When that individual walks out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's gonna be crazy, you know? Like I said, if it's Jazz, if it's Calico, if it's Sirius Jones, if it's Jin, if it's, you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know? So
cool.
It could be anybody, so, you know, just stay tuned and just be ready for excitement and great battles. But I'm definitely excited for the fans. I think they're gonna enjoy it. I think they're gonna be very surprised. And you know, it's gonna be great, man. It's gonna be really, really great, and I'm excited for it.
Amazing. I'm looking forward to it. Let's end it there. Norbes, thank you for your time, and we'll talk to you soon.
Anytime, buddy. You got my phone number. We're here, man. Thank you.